Today's topic is evaluating an expression by using orders of operations. We have parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide, and add or subtract. Those right here are called the order of operations. So what exactly is an operation? An operation is anything that we could perform in math. So we could add or addition, subtract or subtraction. We can multiply, which is really repeated addition, or we could divide. Although parentheses show up in the orders of operation, it is not an operation. We never say, oh, let's do parentheses. We don't know what we're talking about. Whatever's inside the parentheses, those would be operations. There might be addition, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing inside the parentheses. The order of operations states that we must first do parentheses, then the exponents, then in order from left to right, multiply or divide, whatever comes first when you read left to right. Then lastly, we are going to add or subtract, again, whatever comes first from left to right when reading the expression. There is a phrase that you could use to remember parentheses, exponent, multiply, divide, add, or subtract, and that is, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, P, exponents, excuse, my, multiply, dear, divide, Aunt, addition, Sally, subtract. You may also hear the phrase PEMDAS. P-E-M-D-A-S. PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Parentheses, exponent, multiply, divide, addition, subtraction. Let's look at our first example. We're asked to solve or evaluate 26 plus 6 squared divided by 4. So what I'd like to do is write PEMDAS on the side just so you could create a little checklist. So let's see. Step 1 tells us to do the parentheses. Are there any parentheses in here? Remember, parentheses looks like this. In this case, we don't have any, so we can skip step number 1. And then step number 2 says exponents. Remember, exponent is a base with our E. That little E up there, or that little number subscribed to the top, is called an exponent, and we have that right here. So we're going to rewrite the rest. 26 plus 6 squared, again, is 6 times 6, which is 36, divided by, I'm bringing down that 4. Okay. Step number 3 says we are going to either divide or multiply whatever comes first when reading from left to right. In this case, we don't have any multiplication, but we do have division right here. So we're going to rewrite the rest. 26 plus, and we know that 36 divided by 4 is 9. And our last step right here, we're going to add or subtract. So we only have addition left. So 26 plus 9, we get 35. Our expression is equivalent to 35. In our next example, we're asked to evaluate what 5 squared divided by 5 times 3 plus 3 squared is equivalent to. The first thing that I want to do is write PEMDAS on the side, just to create a little checklist of what we had to do in order to solve the problem. So, we could begin with PEMDAS. Okay, so let's first go through our parentheses. Are there any parentheses in the problem? No. So we don't have to look at that. The next thing that we have to do is look at the exponents, which we have here and we have here. 5 squared remember, is the base times 2, and here 3 squared is the base times 2. So let's rewrite this. 5 times 5, or 5 squared, is 25. Bring down our division. Bring down our multiplication. And our addition of 3 times 3, or 3 squared, which is 9. Okay, now we're done with the exponents. Next, it says we have to multiply or divide depending on what comes first when we go from left to right. So let's read the expression from left to right. We have 25 divided by 5 times 3 plus 9. Even though multiply comes before divide in PEMDAS, since we're reading from left to right and division comes first, the first thing that we have to do is divide. Right here, divide. So 25 divided by 5 is 5 times 3 plus 9. Okay, let's see if we have any multiply or divide in here. Right here we have multiply. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 9. Okay, now do we have any more multiply or divide? Nope, we only have one more operation left, and that is addition. So 15 plus 9, we get 24. Our expression is equivalent to 24. Okay, this is our last example. We're asked to evaluate 9 plus 4 to the third times 20 minus 8 divided by 2 plus 6. Okay, let's go through our steps. We have parentheses. Do we have that in here? Yes, we do, right here. 20 minus 8. So let's rewrite this. 9 plus 4 to the third times 20 minus 8, we get 12. Divided by 2 plus 6. Okay, do we have any more parentheses? No. So now we can move on to exponents. Let's see if we have any exponents. 9 plus, right here, 4 to the third times 12 divided by 2 plus 6. Okay, so the only one that we're dealing with is right here. 4 to the third. 4 to the third is 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. And 16 times 4 is 64. So we have 9 plus 64 times 12 divided by 2 plus 6. Okay, do we have any more exponents? No. The next thing that PEMDAS tells us to do is to read from left to right, and see whether we can multiply or divide first. Okay, so we won't need to deal with that 9. We have 64 and 12. When you take 64 and multiply it by 12, we are going to get 768 divided by 2 plus 6. Now let's go through the expression again and see if there's any more multiplication or division in it. 9 plus 768 divided by 2 plus 6. See, right here we have our division. So, 9 plus 768 divided by 2, we are going to get 384. we have to bring down our plus 6. Okay, there's no more multiplying or dividing, so you get rid of that. Our next step in PEMDAS tells us that we need to add or subtract from left to right. So, reading from left to right, we have addition. 9 plus 384 is 393. Then we have to bring down our plus 6. When we take 393 and we add 6 to it, we get 399. So our final answer is 399. When we evaluate this expression, our final answer is equivalent to 399.